Hi, my name is Corey Joller, and today we'll be talking about malware, what malware is, how to prevent that from getting on your system, and what to do if it does. Okay, first off, what is malware? Malware can be grayware, spam, viruses, worms, macros, Trojan horses, or rootkits, as well as some of the symptoms I'll be talking about in this slide too. Grayware can either be pop-ups or spyware. Pop-ups are the annoying ads that may present themselves when you're browsing the web. The best thing to do is just exit out of those or hit Alt, the Alt key, then F4. It'll close them for you. Um, Another part of grayware is spyware. Spyware is a little bit more nefarious than what pop-ups are. Spyware is actually usually software installed in your system that you don't mean to install. It just happens when you install another program. It's usually bundled with it. That's how spyware works because the makers know that nobody's going to intentionally install it on your system. Um, it can do things such as capture your keystrokes and send them to the creator of the spyware. So those can be pretty bad. Spam is usually just an email that you receive from someone that you don't know. Um, I know I've received spam before, and it's usually an email that says something about, "Hey, check this website out. I won $10,000." Don't fall for that. Usually, clicking on the link that's in that email will probably download nefarious things on your computer, such as malware or spyware. Um, Viruses, they have two stages: activation and replication. So a virus usually takes user interaction for it to activate, and then after that, it can replicate on your system to either an optical disk in your system or removable media such as a flash drive. And then when you carry that away from your system and plug into another system, that it usually replicates again, and it just keeps going and going. But viruses can do things, just delete things on your system, such as the boot sector, which is what is used to boot your operating system. Worms and viruses are very similar. The only difference between the two are worms can travel over the network, so they don't need to travel over to another computer using a flash drive or an optical disk. Macros are pieces of programming inside software such as Microsoft Excel that do repetitive tasks. A lot of times there is malware written for macros that a user may not know about and they download from the internet. A Trojan horse is one thing but acts like another. A lot of the times people will download a screensaver, for example, but what they don't know is it's a Trojan horse and it's doing things in the background. Um, a rootkit is a Trojan horse in a way. Basically, what the rootkit is to hide a Trojan horse, it'll bury itself deep into the operating system and really low level files, and that helps the Trojan horse from being detected by antivirus software. A few of the signs that you may encounter when you have malware include momentary slowdowns when normal utilities stop working, such as Windows Update, or the antivirus that you already have. It might not be able to scan your computer. Okay, so preventing malware. A few things you can do are just to keep an antivirus on your system and make sure it always stays updated. Usually, anti-malware software contains what's called a definition file, and inside the definition file are signatures. And malware, such as viruses and worms, they contain their own signature. So when your antivirus updates, it may get a new signature in its definition file that correlates to a new type of virus or worm that's been out, and that's how it finds those types of malware. So keep that updated. Keep your operating system up to date. So use Windows Update, which is right here. Go to the control panel, Windows Update, check for updates. You can see I'm up to date here, and that'll take care of a lot of exploits that malware uses to get on your system. Let's see. Um, be careful when you open email attachments. We were talking earlier about spam. Just don't be too naive in terms of what you click on. Um, Clicking on pop-ups. I like to use the hotkey, use Alt and F4, and that'll automatically close the window without you having to do it yourself. So a lot of times pop-ups may act like it's coming from your Windows operating system, and if you actually click the button with the X on it, it'll actually take you to wherever that pop-up's coming from, or it could already download something on your system. You never know. So avoid that, and be careful when you download software on the web. I like to get my software from the actual source of where I'm or of what I'm getting. So if I'm getting a free antivirus such as Malwarebytes, I like to go to www.malwarebytes.com. I don't like to go to www.freeantivirustools.com because usually a lot of those websites will bundle spyware with the anti-malware software. Don't believe everything you see. A lot of times you'll get it's called hoaxware, and you may have seen it before, but it's basically going to look like anti-malware, and when it pops up, it's going to tell you that it found like 9,000 viruses. That's just to trick you into calling the company and paying for nothing. Yeah, you'll have that on your system, but it's probably going to make your system seem really slow because that's its job. The people that create that do that on purpose. So you think that there's really something wrong with your system. Um, let's go on to the next slide, and I will show you where to get some free anti-malware tools as well as other procedures you can take to clean your system. So now we're going to talk about cleaning your system and what you can do to accomplish that. Now, the first thing you should do is just to start at the basics and uninstall anything suspicious. So go to uninstall or change a program, click on the start menu to get there, go to computer, and then right here you'll find it. So just scroll through here. If you see anything suspicious, go ahead and delete that or uninstall it. And a lot of times, I want to get and talk about it now, but you may see something in here that is suspicious and it doesn't give you the option to uninstall it. And or it may not be in here at all, but it's still coming up on your system, like it may be in your system tray here. A lot of the times you'll have to go into your registry to delete stuff. So to get there, you'll come down here to the little search bar, type in regedit, and these files right here are your registry. And inside the registry are a lot of important files that you don't want to delete because you could screw up your system. But you usually click on hotkey local machine and then go to software, and you just scroll through here and see what you can find. I don't really recommend this for just a average user, but it is there and it is an option. So let's get out of there and go back to the PowerPoint. That was the Windows registry part right here. Create a bootable rescue disk. A lot of the times viruses or Trojan horses or rootkits use what's called polymorphism, and they will change their own signature bit. And what that signature bit is what is in a definition file for anti-malware. So that malware that changes signature is preventing itself from being found from the malware you have. And the best way to discover that is to use a bootable rescue disk, which boots to another operating system, leaving your hard drive off so it doesn't have the chance to change. I will show you how to create that, and also I'll show you where to get some free antivirus tools. And also portable apps here. It's kind of like having you get a flash drive, you install the portable app software on there, and then you can put different types of software on that flash drive and take it to any other computer. I like to put antivirus or anti-malware tools on that and use that as a tool if I have to clean somebody's computer off. So let's go ahead and take a look at those things. Okay, so here we are at 99.com. This is a great website to go to get those free antivirus tools. Underneath the security column here, you'll see Windows Security Essentials and AVG and Malwarebytes, three of my favorite antivirus tools. I use Windows Security Essentials. It has probably the less overhead of the three, but also has the least amount of protection. But I'm very comfortable with what I'm going to click on, so that's why I use that. AVG, probably recommend that for most users. It's a very good sword and shield antivirus. Malwarebytes, the free version, it doesn't actively monitor your computer, but it will run a scan if you need it to see if there is anything nefarious on your system. So all you have to do is you would just check mark these and then get the installer and download them. It's easy as that. Um, the next thing I want to talk about is the portable apps. Now, say if you have a flash drive and you work on or use multiple computers like I do, I can download antivirus tools onto a flash drive. I already have, actually, I can show you. But so that's why I use to just scan and clean off different systems in case that anti-malware on their system um, has already been compromised by a virus on there. It won't let it run. So what you would do is you would just click this, and then you're going to download the portable apps installer, and you would click actually right here, download now on the SourceForge thing. And SourceForge is good, but here recently they've been known to bundle some spyware with some downloads. But for the portable apps download, it's safe. Let's go to File Explorer here. So once you do download the portable apps installer, it'll run and it'll ask you where you want to install portable apps on. So you would just click your flash drive, and then once you do install that on there, here it is. You're going to come to like a menu like this, and you can actually install the different types of antivirus that you want to put on there. And there's other things on there too. You can install games on here, different types of applications that have to do with like media. Um, but I really like it just for the utility perspective. Let's get out of that. This is probably my favorite tool of the last three I've been talking about, and it's really fun. You can create removable media to actually make a bootable disk with this software. So what you would do is you would click on UMI right here, your Universal Multi-Boot Installer. And once you do download this, I'll just go through it. I've already downloaded it, but I'll take you through the process. So you're going to choose your removable media right here. And I already made one. And then you're going to want to choose to format the drive. And then these are the different types of software you can download onto the drive. So here's some antivirus tools. I have Acronis Anti-Malware on mine and the AVG Rescue CD. And once you download these, you're going to come up here. I'll just go through it. Let's go some antivirus. This one didn't take very long. So get that in there and then go to the download link. And it'll just start downloading. And once it is done, you just go to Browse, and it'll be right into the Downloads folder most of the time. You would click on that, and then hit Create, and it would create that on this removable media right here. Now, I already have one created, so I can go through that real quick. So let's get out of here. And I want to be using a virtualized system so you can see this happen. So you would just plug in that removable media into a USB port and then boot your computer, and then you would go to the boot options menu. So let's see here, let me get to it. Okay. Yes. So this is usually what your computer would look like when it does boot. It's called the BIOS. And you would either hit the escape key, delete, or F12 to go to the boot menu. And then you would usually click removable devices, but for this, what I have to do since I'm in a virtual machine, I have to click CD-ROM drive. But when you do click the removable devices, you're going to be taken to that. You're going to be taken to this because you would choose USB. And this is the Yumi multi-boot installer, what we just installed on our flash drive. You go down to antivirus tools, and then whatever we have installed there, you would click on it. Let's do the Acronis. And click the first one there. I'm going to pause the recording just for a minute until it boots up. Okay, we're back. So after Acronis loaded, it automatically started a scan, and this is basically going to scan your entire hard drive, and it's off. So remember, any virus or rootkit Trojan horse, polymorphism isn't going to affect this antivirus. So this is usually the best tool to use when you have something hooked deep into your system. So I'm just going to exit out of this, but normally you would wait until it's finished. And normally if you do believe you have something on your computer, it's going to find it. I'm just going to power that off. Okay, now this is the last slide. These are the links to the websites I was using. You can take advantage of that. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just let me know. See you next time.